Hey, let me tell you about the night I learned that presence, not skill, not knowledge, is the deepest medicine that we have. Giving care, giving comfort, giving guidance. Presence trumps all of that. I'm Chrissy, the emotional intelligence nurse, and I'm going to be sharing with you a series of stories from my own personal life, some from my work as a registered nurse, some from my work as a therapist, and some of my own personal insights and lessons hard earned. All right. Some of the most sacred moments in the work as a nurse have had nothing to do with what can be given. They have had everything to do with what we're invited to witness, how we're invited to be present in the life of someone else. So, years ago, when I was working as a home care nurse and I was a case manager, I cared for a really big range of people. Post-op patients, people with early Alzheimer's, chronic conditions, and many people that were nearing the end of their life. There was a weekend shift where I was called to a home where a family's loved one was in their final hours. It was a palliative patient. I went into the home, I did my assessment, and I called the on-call palliative doctor with my findings, and I stayed with the family as we waited. We waited for the physician and for the last family member to arrive to the home because everyone knew what wasn't being said. Something unexpected happened. They invited me into their kitchen for a cup of tea. Now, sometimes this happened and many times it didn't. But around that table, this family shared their stories with me, fragments of their life stitched together with laughter and tears, and the kinds of silences that really speak more than words ever could. We all sat around that table and I was present. And in that kitchen, I realized how sacred it was in the middle of their grief. They made space for me. And I was the nurse, I was there, I was doing a job. But they didn't just share the weight of their loss, they shared the depth of their love, their family unit. And in that moment, I wasn't just another nurse. I was a witness. I witnessed life, and I witnessed love, and I witnessed the wholeness that still exists even in death. See, healthcare, honestly, any kind of support work, isn't only about interventions and protocols and policies and assessments and vital signs. It's not really about the next thing that we're supposed to do. It really comes down to presence. See, we go in sometimes as healthcare providers believing that we're the ones giving the care, we're the professional, but more often than not, we're being gifted something. We're being gifted trust and vulnerability and the rawness and the beauty of humanity itself, life and death. So the next time you find yourself supporting someone through pain, uncertainty, transition, I hope that you can remember you're not just giving, you're being invited to something sacred. You're being given the privilege of seeing humanity in its purest form. Because sometimes the greatest act of healing is not what we do at all. It's how we fully allow ourselves to be there when life is unfolding in all of its beauty, in all of its ending, and for sure in all of its grace. I'm Chrissy, the emotional intelligence nurse, and I want to keep sharing these stories with you, things that you can take with you that light up your soul, spark an idea. If you found this helpful, inspiring, or you know a healthcare provider who's feeling a little bit jaded or just needs that boost and that remembrance of why they're doing what they're doing, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and share. I will see you around where I share more stories like this.